All right, so this is how you're going to find the inverse of a function that has a fraction. So you're going to still do the same operations that we did on the other ones. So like I'm going to replace f of x with y. Okay, so that's step one. Step two says interchange x and y. So everywhere you see an x, write a y, and everywhere you see a y, write an x, even if it's more than one. So this y becomes an x. This x becomes a y. And that's how it would look. So those are steps 1 and 2. So then you get to step 3, which is solve for y, and that's where the hard part comes in. So the reason that's hard to solve for y is, first of all, it's a fraction. And secondly, there's more than one y. So I'm going to give you some little sub-steps here that are going to help you solve for y. Okay, so the first sub-step that we're going to do is eliminate the fraction. Okay, so to eliminate this fraction, I want to get rid of this bottom piece, the 2y plus 1. So to get rid of it, what I can do is I can multiply by 2y plus 1. And if I multiply on the right by 2y plus 1, I have to also multiply on the left by 2y plus 1. So a 2y plus 1 on the bottom and a 2y plus 1 on the top cancel out. And that leaves me with a 5y minus 3 on this side. Now on the other side, I have that x in the parentheses, so we're just going to distribute that through. So we're going to get 2xy plus x. Okay, and so now I don't have a fraction anymore. Great. All right, so the second thing I'm going to do after I eliminate the fraction is I'm going to get the families together. Okay, and so the families are families that have a y and families that don't. For example, this term right here has a y, and this term has a y. So I'm going to shoot this one over there where it's on the y side. Okay, if I look at this 3 right here, it doesn't have a y, and this x right here, it doesn't have a y either, so I need to put those together. So you're putting your y terms together and your not y terms together. Okay, so I'm going to bring down this 2xy. And then remember, I'm going to shoot this 5y over. So that's going to be a minus 5y because it changes signs. This negative 3 is just going to bring down. And remember, this x right here, it's going to come over. So that's going to be a negative x. And so now my y's are on the same side right there. Okay, now if you could have moved them the other way. So if you had yours the other way and you moved the y's to the right, that's fine too. Okay, your last step here is going to be factor out a y. Okay, so see how both of these have a y? You're going to take the y out. So if you take this y out, it leaves you with 2x. And if you take this y out, it leaves you with a minus 5. Okay, and that's your last sub-step. So let's remember the whole point of this. The whole point of this step was to solve for y. So what we're trying to do here is get y by itself, and we're almost done with it. So see how this y right here is times by 2x minus 5? Well, to get rid of that, you can divide by 2x minus 5. So a 2x minus 5 in the top and a 2x minus 5 in the bottom would cancel out and leave you with a y. Okay, and that's what your answer would look like. Now, you can tie it all up in a nice little bow by remembering that your y is at the end. Well, let me fix that. Your y is f inverse of x. Now, there's actually more than one correct answer to this one. So you and your study partner might have moved up there where the arrows are. You might have moved yours to opposite sides. So if you had made this a positive 3 and a positive x, and a negative 2x and a positive 5, that would also be correct. So it just means you moved yours to a different side than I did. So remember that if every sign is different, that's also a correct answer.